Okay, greetings. Today I'll be presenting my innovations by first demoing the product. Okay, this is how a Mahjong paper would look like in a digital form when we put this online. Yeah. So basically, what you see here is actually a PowerPoint online file. Yeah, edited within Microsoft Teams environment, right? So you can see everyone is actually editing here. Okay. So one slide is one Mahjong paper. One slide, one Mahjong paper. So one slide is one occupied by one group of students, and if you hover your mouse onto the dot here, right, at the top right corner in the slide, okay, you can actually notice that full names will appear. Right, these are actually considered as avatar, okay, avatar of students. So it's actually allow us to monitor where the students are within the files. Yeah, so if the students are not there, you can call their name and ask where are they, right? So I can demo what I did.
Are you able to enter?
So here I actually demo my interaction with my students, yeah, when I didn't see
Yes,
their name
madam.
in the file. Yeah.
Are you able to enter the slide? Any problem?
No problem.
So
Okay,
at
because
least
I didn't
interactions is
see you
still
in the
there,
slide.
whether or not they
Or
are
perhaps you are in
actually
other
there or not,
slide.
but actually at least there's interactions, right?
I still looking for the answer, madam.
Okay.
Looking for answers
So
still.
after I interact with
Great,
him,
great.
eventually I
Okay,
see
thanks
his
for
name appearing in the
responding.
slide lah.
And let's
Okay.
see, Muhammad Alif Muhaimin.
Okay. So okay. Now, the objective of the innovations is that I would like to create a virtual tool that could replace Mahjong paper whenever I want to do a group activities virtually, right? I understand that group activities is a bit hard to be done virtually, right? So I propose to use PowerPoint online file, okay? Now using PowerPoint online file, it actually enable group discussions among students, right? And it doesn't disturb other groups, right? They can use text, they can doodle on the slide and everything to create that rapport among them. And instructor, if I want to give critiques to any of the groups, I can do it immediately. And if other groups find my critiques relevant to them, they can come over to that slide and see what happened. Okay, so it's very convenient. Now here's the essential components I'd like to highlight, right? So first, most important is everyone must have the full name registered in that platform, right? So I would suggest institutional account, right? Because institutional account normally have full names, everyone's full name in there. That's important, right? Second thing would be the PowerPoint slides template, right? Instructor need to do a bit of work on that. It's not difficult. It's just a template with 6 empty slides, right? And with each slide contain the number of text box meeting the number of students. So let's say you have 4 students within a group, then you just create 4 text box. Then everyone can occupy their own text box and do whatever input, right? Provide any input they want. Um, the third component will be the features that the instructor must know how to use, right? Because for MS Team, in the chat sections, you can actually upload the slide template there. And once you upload, it become an online PowerPoint file where everyone can enter only for that group only, right? It's exclusively for that group only, including myself, okay? We enter and we can start doing editing or interactions in the environment, right? Share screen, of course, is the part where you highlight the things you want the student to see, then you share your screen there. Normally I share a countdown timer, right? Because I want to time the activity. I will share screen the timer, right? Fourth component would be the editor, right? We can't use offline editor. It has to be the online version. So it could be a web browser, or it could be the editor inside the Microsoft Teams, right? Lastly, is the countdown timer, of course. Yeah. Now, the teaching learning principles used in these innovations is factors that influence the success rate of collaborative learning, because collaborative learning could fail if it's implemented wrongly. Okay, and the feedback, right, as formative assessment is also another principle I use in this innovation. And how is this project innovative, right? It's innovative because right now I cannot find any similar product that could satisfy my needs in the market or in the educational block, right? I haven't found them yet. Okay, so innovative for the instructor, it would be like, we can monitor these two aspects, right? One would be the presence of the students. Okay, we can monitor their presence, and then second, we can know the progress of overall class. So just by looking at the left panel at the left side, we can know, okay, what's the percentage of completions in the class, right? It's easier. And if the group members would like to navigate to another group, it can be done very easily. Just just click the slide, right? And then the instructor can immediately provide feedback to the students whenever there's a mistake, okay? So everyone is in the know. Now, this innovation is built on these two literature, right? So one is that the task cannot be too simple, but again, also cannot be too difficult. It has to be just right. Second will be the production blocking problem. We don't have that problem, right? This innovation doesn't have that problem. Students can simply provide their input at any time that they want, right? No blocking. And this innovation at the moment is just evaluated based on students' personal feedback, right? They all find very useful, and it's actually attracting their roommates, right? Because that time the class was held when everyone is in the hostel room. I mean, my office, they are in the hostel room, and it actually influenced the roommates. The roommates find it very interesting. Okay, they even send me a message telling them that the friend is very excited about the activity. And my future plan will be to deploy these innovations in as many learning units as possible. And if, okay, I know hybrid mode is in high demand nowadays, so this can still be deployed, right? But have to be modified a bit because you have more people in face-to-face in the classroom. So I would suggest to have communication of workload delegations happen in the face-to-face mode first. Then this group of students can, and only they communicate with those in the online. But again, it's depending on the dynamics of the group, right? So the grouping has to be done very carefully, right? We don't want to have the free riders and that sort of stuff. And to fulfill different learning outcome and different level of study, please refer to schedule literature. They actually highlight how you should design the group activity. And essential setup here would be one of the things I want to highlight is the limitations for different platforms. So for PowerPoint that I have tried, I noticed it can only contain 200 elements. Okay, 200 elements only. If you 200 elements refer to something like 150 text box and 50 doodles, for example, or 50 text box, 150 doodles like the ink drawing around. One dot is one element, right? So have to be very mindful about those things. And that's why it cannot be done in a too large class, right? If it's too large class, it's a bit hard to handle. You need more people to run these kind of sessions. And so far the recognition given is positive feedbacks from the students. Okay, and these are the references that I have mentioned just now, and thank you very much for your attention.